Not again. The second.
Get up to me. Second.
Testing 1 2 3 testing 1 2 3 testing 1 2 3.
Oh, it's just getting the car out.
I'm physically inside. You can show everything's lost. My career's not on the phone.
It's been very cold.
Slightly cold and more worried that I'd be spending money.
You have to think the balance should be there.
Some place we don't want to be.
Right, we've audio for the second. I just had to go back to the old software. Whatever's wrong with this new one isn't working. So,
There's a strong breeze there, that's what it is.
you can turn on and go live whenever you want now. The mic's off, so whenever you want to go.
Welcome back to the Gaelic round for the second of today's double header in the Credit Union sponsored Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. This is John Keogh, Sporting Limerick. Joined in the studio for this second game by Matt O'Callaghan, the Weekly Observer Vale Star. Today's games brought to you in association with McMahon's Builders, building providers on the Dock Road Limerick. Matt, we had a fairly one-sided game. First up between the Pierce and Patrickswell. Unlikely to see the same here in the second half. The second game.
I think we're likely to see it. We spoke at the outset. These notionally at least are the four best teams in the country, and we were saying this is an opportunity for the national team. I was saying there, John, these are the four best teams in the competition, though I'm sure Maroubor and South Liberties, who have qualified for the knockout stages, will have a say in that. But you will have to say in the first game, without ever really hitting the high spots. All right, yes, they were up a notch from their previous games in the earlier rounds of the championship. And Piercing sent out a very, very strong message. And because there's no doubt there is certainly more in the Piercing, and it was in the Piercing side that went out without Mike Casey. We know what Mike Casey brings to the table, and they certainly made a statement. Likewise, on the converse of it, Patrickswell, they have an awful lot of work to do. Now, looking at this game, and I don't know why the two games weren't played together, because the result of the first game means that if Doon were to beat Kilmallock here, they will go to the semi-final rather than Kilmallock, because there has been a perception out there that it's Kilmallock and the Piercing in the semi-finals anyway. So that could upset the whole thing.
We're here, we'll give you the teams in a moment. He takes possession of the ball.
Under pressure immediately from a few Doon players. That's back to Mark O'Loughlin. Great start again. Jason Mullins is blowing Mark O'Loughlin up for over-carrying. Quick check the teams. Doon have Colin McNamara in goals. Full back line of Brian McCartney.
Captain by Richie English at full back, and Stevie Ryan makes up the full back line. Dennis Maloney, Mike O'Brien and Ed Kiley are in the half back line. Josh Ryan and John Hayes. Joy, Aaron Costello. Trio Loughlin brothers make up the half back line. Mark, Paddy and Philip. Jake Mulcahy and Robbie Hanley are in midfield. Paddy O'Brien, Gavin Mahoney and Fairham O'Reilly on the wing forward line. On the full forward line is Robbie Egan, Graham Mulcahy and Oisin O'Reilly. Back with play now, and Josh Ryan on the ball for Doon. Low ball from Ryan, looking for Barry Murphy. Flicked away from him by Paddy O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin out the wing to his brother Philip. Philip now. Will he look for a goal? No. Low ball inside, looking for the ever dangerous Oisin O'Reilly. O'Reilly sizes up his man, takes a touch. looks to shoot, it's actually O'Reilly, it's going to drop well short. Richie English, a mix up in the defence. Cathal McNamara takes possession of the ball, tidies things up, and lays the ball off as far as Mikey O'Brien, and straight in from Mikey O'Brien into the full forward, looking for Pat Ryan, but it's well tidied by Aaron Costello. Dean Coleman picks it up for Doon. Coleman, first shot of the game for Doon. Pass to the left and wide. Fast start.
Yeah, fast start. End-to-end play. You would have to say that was possibly an opportunity missed for Doon. Dean Coleman, who is normally pretty sharp, you would have thought he could put it over, but he didn't. But just looking at the Kilmallock side, they got a major boost when the championship resumed after the All-Ireland final with the return of the two Robbies, Robbie Egan and Robbie Hanley. And it's good to see Robbie Egan getting the first start today after 2 years out. There's a chance for Doon here.
Chance for goal, Doon here. Shot is there, saved by Barry Hennessy. It was Dara Stapleton shot. Danger not fully cleared as for Barry Murphy has the ball, looking for a free. Jason Mullins adjudges him to have over carry, but Matt, a huge chance for Dara Stapleton. Didn't quite strike it.
Didn't quite strike it, but to say that, I suppose, is to, in a way, demean the effort of Barry Hennessy, who, is a goalkeeper, John.
Not in the same league as Barry Hennessy, Matt.
Yeah, but it was a tricky enough shot now, but Barry Hennessy is doing this all the time. He's making those saves. It takes a special shot to beat him.
Very good point, Matt. He makes things look easy. And the supreme keeper. Just a little bit unlucky that he has Nicky Quaid in front of him with Limerick, that he hasn't got more of an opportunity. But it'll be Hennessy to restart play with a free from his own 14-metre line. And a bright sunny day, but cold here in the Gaelic grounds. Wind going into the city end, if anywhere. And Barry Hennessy takes it short to O'Loughlin, and to another O'Loughlin from Philip inside to Paddy. And back to Philip again. Will eventually go along with it. And down this for Robbie Egan. It's Robbie Egan that will take possession of it. Richie English with a superb intervention. Drops it, takes possession again. And tidies up into the Denny Maloney. Maloney now. Now always looks like he's more time than he actually does. That's the type of player he is. And it's Dean Coleman looking in. It's well blocked by Mark O'Loughlin, out for a sideline ball for Doon, which will be taken by Josh Ryan. And Josh, as we know, Matt, a supremely talented young hurler, capable of putting this over.
Yeah, it's quite a distance. The wind is tricky, but he's a big boy, and we all tend to regard him as being a great footballer, but he's equally a good hurler.
Didn't quite connect it, but it's a chance for the opening score from Doon. It's a high shot from John Hayes, but it's to the left and wide again. That's Doon's second wide. A miss hit from Josh Ryan, flicked back to Hayes, put it sky high, and the breeze that's here today in the Gaelic grounds, that's not really going to work as Barry Hennessy restarts. It's all the way down. Robbie Egan, after Philip O'Loughlin won possession. Egan now makes a bit of a meal of it first time, but manages to gain possession. He strikes from the left wing, and that's an outstanding score from Robbie Egan, Matt.
Yeah, that's an excellent score, and that will do him a power of good. Kilmallock have been easing him back. He spent a year in Australia. He only came back this year, and they have been giving him cameo appearances since the competition resumed. And now I know he was named at corner forward, but he is playing in his favourite position and his most effective position, which is left half forward.
Back with play now, sideline cut, as Dara Stapleton's attempted clearance is blocked by Mark O'Loughlin, and Doon will have possession with a Stevie Ryan sideline cut. Yes. Ryan lining this one up, assessing his options. It's not the best of strikes, and it goes straight over the sideline, and it's going to be a Kilmallock line ball.
Yeah, you know the importance of line balls. We have seen more and more people, more and more players converting from line balls, and the importance of it. You have to say that Doon have missed two easy line ball chances in the first 6 minutes.
Yes, Matt, not poor strikes, and Jake Mulcahy will try and line it. That's just a great ball from Jake, great cut, but straight into the hands of Mikey O'Brien. And Doon will come away with it. It's Patrick Cummins, high ball into the corner, looking for Pat Ryan. Closely marked, but the ball kind of stood up, and Ryan, kind of, even though he got away from his man, couldn't gain possession, and the ball is taken away by Dan Joy. But Dan Joy has been blown up. Great pressure to be said by Doon, by Barry Murphy, Darrell Stapleton and Pat Ryan. But Dan Joy blown up for overcarrying the third. Free for that so far, Matt.
Yeah, Doon worked hard to block his passage out and drew the foul. It's a free, which is scoreable for Barry Murphy. But looking at the Doon forward line, like there is threat in that Doon forward line. Like you've got Barry Murphy, you've got Pat Ryan in there, who can come up with crucial goals. You've Dean Coleman, who is quite a good forward. Like there is threat up there front for Doon, and it'll be interesting. Barry Murphy, will he land this? The answer is yes.
First score of the game for Doon. Barry Murphy free. Has 1 point each after 7.5 minutes. As Barry Hennessy goes to take this short puck out into Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy can't gain full possession of it, and Doon come away with it with Josh Ryan. Mulcahy tries to get the shot or the block in. Josh Ryan's shot is a brilliant stop, brilliant take from Barry Hennessy, just underneath the crossbar, and Kilmallock come away with the ball. It's all the way out here to the right hand side to Aaron Costello, who flicks it on to Mark O'Loughlin. Mark O'Loughlin under pressure from Josh Ryan, but O'Loughlin comes down the right wing with the ball, steps inside onto his left. Will he have a go for a goal? He won't. A poor pass after good work from Mark O'Loughlin to straight into Darrell Stapleton's hand. And ball sent into the corner by Pat Ryan loses possession of it, can't gain control, and Dan Joy mops up and back inside to Philip O'Loughlin, who clears downfield to Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy, an expert at long range strikes usually, but this one looks to be tailing well right and wide. Matt, in these conditions you're not going to be taking on too many shots like that, surely.
Well, no, the breeze is, We've harped on about it during the first game, and again it's a factor in the second game. But Jake Mulcahy, the Mulcahy brothers got 14 points against Patrick Swell. Graham got 9 and Jake got 5, all from play, which was fantastic. Now that was the first opportunity we had seen any one of them. Graham hasn't got a chance yet.
Might get one here, but no, it's Denny Maloney coming in from picking up Gavin O'Mahony's loose enough ball in. But Maloney can only pick out O'Loughlin, who's put under great pressure from Dean Coleman. Coleman now, 3 Kilmallock players around him. He's eventually joined in by Barry Murphy. But it looks like Kilmallock have come away with the ruck ball, and it's O'Loughlin that will clear it to Graham Mulcahy. First shooting opportunity for Graham Mulcahy. And that's straight over the bar. 9 points against Patrick Swell in the last game. Graham Mulcahy. Matt, what can you say at this stage about Graham?
Absolutely nothing. 316 in the All-Ireland Championship. If 5 points in each of the first 2 games of the championship, 9 points the last day. First time he gets on the ball, straight over the bar from 65 metres?
Back with play again, and Doon hoping to get possession. It's Denny Maloney who has it. Takes on Robbie Egan and cuts back inside, clears. There's plenty of Kilmallock players back in their half-back line to deal with it. And it's Paddy O'Loughlin given off now. Eventually comes out this right hand side, and there's oceans of room. Straight ball into Mulcahy again from Benny Burke, but Mulcahy for once shows he's human and leaves the ball off to Mikey O'Brien. Clears, and it's high ball in looking for Pat Ryan, but he's dealt with very well by one of the best man markers in Limerick, Matt, Aaron Costello.
Yeah, absolutely, and the contribution of Aaron Costello very often goes unnoticed and certainly uncredited. I'd say in Limerick hurling there are few tighter and better markers than Aaron Costello.
There's a shot there from the touchline in by Robbie Hanley. It's dealt with first off by Brian McPartland, but ball not cleared. Richie English comes in, lays the ball off to Mikey O'Brien. O'Brien taking a chance with that touch on Graham Mulcahy, but it did it well. It's balled straight up the middle for Barry Murphy. He's been marked by Paddy O'Loughlin, but it's Murphy. Cuts onto his right side. It's poor enough ball, Barry Murphy. But Jason Mullins has spotted a tug by Aaron Costello and Dean Coleman, and Murphy will have a chance to get his second point of the game. Currently 2 points to 1 to Kilmallock after 11 minutes. In this game brought to you on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel by McMahon's Builders Providers on the Dock Road. Matt, well spotted free by Jason Mullins, tug on Pat Ryan. Yeah, very, very much on the ball there, Jason, and really spotted the foul there. You would have to fancy Barry Murphy. He's quite an accomplished free taker. You would really fancy him from this distance. Look, without wanting to put the commentator's curse on it, I can't see him missing it. Look, it's going to be 2 points all, you'd have to say.
But wait till the white flag goes up.
If he misses it, we'll blame Matt anyway. But there was never any danger of that, and Barry Murphy makes the score, 2 points each after 11 minutes and 40 seconds of the first half of this game at the Gaelic grounds in the Credit Union sponsored Limerick Senior Hurling Championship on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel, brought to you in association with McMahon's Builders on the Dock Road. It's Graham Mulcahy looking for the second point of the game. It's onto his right side, not his favoured side, but the way Graham Mulcahy is playing, that doesn't matter today. It's his second point of the game, 3 points to 2 to Kilmallock. Matt, it doesn't really matter which way it comes to Graham at the moment.
No, and that was an excellent score because he was forced out on his right side, and it was from a very, very awkward angle. Now, I thought the amount of height that he gave it into the air that it would tail off, but it didn't. The radar was spot on.
And Mark O'Loughlin with a ball inside. Richie English tidies up from Doon's point of view, and English comes out with the ball under pressure from Oisin O'Reilly, but manages to get the ball away. And it's Michael Ryan with the ball. Ryan assesses his options, gives a low ball across the square looking for Pat Ryan. 3 men come upon Pat Ryan as soon as he gains possession, knowing how dangerous he is. Pat Ryan has to work hard for the free, but it's a free nonetheless given by Jason Mullins. It's another chance for Barry Murphy, but Pat Ryan getting the ball in his hand is always a danger, and Kilmallock showed that by putting 3 players around him immediately.
Yeah, Pat Ryan spells danger in there. That's why I said, like, the Kilmallock backs have to be on their toes, and like Barry Murphy, again you would fancy Barry Murphy for this one to square it at 3 points apiece. Kilmallock down here at this end have got 3 points in play. Barry Murphy will have now got 3 points from frees, which means that Kilmallock backs are under a bit of pressure and are conceding the frees.
Yes, Barry Murphy lifts and strikes, and with ease taps that over the bar for his third free of the afternoon. 13.5 minutes gone, and 3 points for Barry Murphy, 2 points for Kilmallock from Graham Mulcahy, 3 points each overall, as Barry Hennessy will be held up in restarting the game as there's a Doon man down injured. Can't quite see who it is from here. I think it could be Micheál Ryan or Michael Ryan. Delivered that ball to Pat Ryan and may have been hit late for the last free, but we'll see how this develops. And Matt, very even start.
Pretty even start. Kilmallock probably slightly having the better of it, only marginally. If there's an advantage with the breeze, it's with Kilmallock in the first half, so they will have to be mindful of that. How much it is worth in terms of scores, very, very hard to know. I haven't been down on the pitch since before the first game, so we're not quite clear, but it's beautiful and sunny, but it's cold, and there is a breeze, and it's swirling around to a degree. If you look at the tricolour down here, or if you look at the ground flags, they're actually giving conflicting messages as to the strength of the wind and as to what way it's blowing.
And as Barry Hennessy restarts play with a long puck out, looking for Paddy O'Brien, and it's Paddy O'Brien with a superb catch. O'Brien looks up, looks for a ball. It's percentage wise, it's a tricky ball, and Josh Ryan got back to make sure Robbie Hanley didn't take possession of it, and it's Richie English back to Cathal McNamara, and it's the Doon goalkeeper that puts it long down looking for Dean Coleman. And it's Robbie Egan now with possession. He's Jake Mulcahy on the shoulder, but Egan's going, eventually gives it to Mulcahy. Richie English comes out to stop Jake. Jake gets a hand pass away, but it's Robbie Egan who can't get control, and it's Doon come away with the ball. Not the best of clearances, and Mark O'Loughlin should tidy up here for Kilmallock, and he does. On his own 65, looks up, it's Gavin O'Mahony with the strike. It looks to be good from here. In fact, it's to the right and wide, and another wide from long range by Kilmallock.
Yeah, I think Gavin will be disappointed with that. He looked up, but it certainly was within his compass. But on the Doon team, John, a very, very interesting little battle going on for the goalkeeping spot. Like Owen McNamara, as we know, who was Limerick's All-Ireland under-21 winning goalkeeper last year, was the man in possession. He headed off to the States for the summer, and the brother took over. He's now back, and he can't oust the brother, so there's a little family battle going on there for the Doon number 1 shirt.
It's tricky at dinner time, Matt, at the moment. Not much conversation in the McNamara household, I'm sure, but
opposite ends of the table, I would say, John.
As we restart play with a sideline ball here for Kilmallock, that will be taken by Mark O'Loughlin. A tricky day to get underneath the ball for a sideline cut so far, but Mark manages to do that. Won by Doon. Loose ball picked up. Dara Stapleton, high ball in, not the type of ball Pat Ryan will want to see, but he still manages to win the ball. And Ryan taking on Dan Joy. Is he through on goal? He looks to be. Pat Ryan, wonderful save from Barry Hennessy yet again, showing just what a high quality goalkeeper he is. Gets Kilmallock out of danger, but Pat Ryan, would he have expected to score that?
He would have expected to score it, I would imagine, because he did everything right, and in effect he left the Kilmallock defence for dead, and he possibly will be, he will, there's no doubt, isn't possibly at all, he will be disappointed with himself.
Robbie Egan taking possession down at the Doon goal, but it's blocked, and Paddy O'Brien blocks Doon's clearance. O'Brien with possession, looks back to Philip O'Loughlin. Philip, will he have a go? He won't. Looks out to this right hand corner from Oisin O'Reilly. Oisin O'Reilly seemed to miss it in the sun. Stevie Ryan, his marker, didn't though, and he eased the ball out to Josh Ryan, who has 50 yards of space in front of him if he wants it. He's been chased by Oisin O'Reilly. Josh manages to get the shot away. It's going to drop short. Comes across. There's a bit of danger. I'm not sure. Someone got a touch to it. I think it was Benny Burke that put it out over for a 65. Chance for Doon to take the lead for the first time.
It was a fine delivery by Josh Ryan, and it was a ball that caused a lot of trouble in there. As a goalkeeper, again, it's one of those ones that number ones hate, and it literally could have gone anywhere. I think the goalkeeper was slightly unsighted as to where it broke, but luckily from a Kilmallock point of view it broke wide. And I think, is it Barry Murphy? Yes, Barry Murphy is coming out to take this 65. It's as near as 65 can be to be in front of the goal, and it's within his compass.
Yes, man, a dangerous ball for any full back line to deal with. It seemed to be a lack of communication maybe in the Kilmallock full back line with it. Nonetheless, Barry Murphy lines this 65 up. Looks to be good from our angle, and it is, and it's 4 points for Doon, 3 for Kilmallock, and all 4 of Doon's scores coming from place balls. 3 frees for Barry Murphy, and now that was 65. That puts them ahead 4 points to 3 after 18.5 minutes. This game brought to you on Sporting Limerick YouTube channel by McMahon's Builders Providers on the Dock Road, as Philip O'Loughlin is well hooked by Patrick Cummins. Ball falls to Gavin O'Mahony. Gavin with a long ball. The ball, Stevie Ryan again. It seems to be an issue in that corner, and Robbie Egan isn't going to miss that chance, and the sides are level again. Ball across with the sun at the clear end. Seem to be causing problems down to that right hand corner as we look at it here. The last 2 balls that have gone in there, both Oisin O'Reilly initially and then Stevie Ryan on that occasion not being able to pick the ball up, Matt.
Yeah, Stevie Ryan, but you would have to say on the previous occasion it was very good defending and very good ball control by Stephen Ryan in the first one, and he brought it out and left Oisin chasing down here after it. But certainly it could be the sun that is in the player's eyes down there that's making life difficult.
Back underway now with a sideline cut. That is probably gone over the other end of the sideline. Richie English goes to make sure, and indeed it is. It'll be a Doon sideline ball. We've nearly 20 minutes of this game played earlier on today in the Gaelic rounds. In the first of this double header, Napier beat Patrickswell 121 to 111. A comfortable enough victory for the Cardavan side. Peter Casey with an early goal. Aaron Gillan the second half with a 21 metre free goaling for Patrickswell, as Richie English prepares to take this sideline cut. English, it's a fine cut, a long one, long delivery. Patrick Cummins looking to get it, but it's Aaron Costello who nearly won the ball. Bit of a schmozzle developing a ruck. Jason Mullins might be best advised to throw the ball in, but the ball pops out. And it's Barry Murphy looking to get possession, but indeed it is Michael Ryan who takes it. Ryan across. It's an important flick there by O'Loughlin. It's Benny Burke trying to win it as well for Kilmallock, but it takes Aaron Costello back, who ran 50 metres from the sideline to win that ball. And it's Graham Mulcahy now back inside his own 65. Kilmallock won't want him there. He gets a little rap on the head from John Hayes, but the ball's in. And Richie English up at Oisin O'Reilly, and it's English who brilliantly flicks the ball into his hand and clears downfield. John Hayes will go up for it. Mulcahy. Hayes got the flick, and it's Doon with the ball. Patrick Cummins with the ball, looks for a free under great pressure from Mulcahy. And coming away with the ball now is Mark O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin looks around, finds his brother Paddy at centre back, across to the other brother Philip. The trio Loughlin's in the half back line for Kilmallock as the ball goes deep into the full forward line. Doon taking the safe option, flicking it away and coming away with the ball now with Denny Maloney. There's a Doon man down here in front of us on the left hand side. Looks to be Patrick Cummins. Josh Ryan with possession though as play goes on. Maloney strikes it long down range. Pat Ryan with an ocean of room here. If he can handle it, there's trouble. He can. He beats Aaron Costello. Bearing in goal. Pat Ryan for the second time is taken down by Dan Joy. Is it a penalty? We're waiting to see. Did it happen outside the 14-metre line or not? Jason Mullins is also gone and maybe will consult with his umpires. He doesn't. He gives the free, Matt. And another dangerous chance. Pat Ryan left in an acre of space.
Left in an acre of space and beautifully picked out. But no, it's not a penalty. And I didn't think it was actually from where I was seeing here. But he's giving a yellow card to Aaron Costello. And I suppose you could hardly argue with it.
It's Dan Joy with the yellow card, Matt. But yeah, Pat Ryan clean through and goal.
Sorry, was it Dan Joy? But Pat Ryan was certainly he was clean through and something, you know, he had to be stopped there or else it had goal written all over it, but he still had to beat Barry Hennessy. But you would think that Barry Murphy will put this over.
Barry Liston strike, and that's his 5th point of the game. Doon leading 5 points to 4 against Kilmallock, coming up to the 23-minute mark. As Matt has already mentioned, Pat Ryan in obvious danger inside and has to be stopped, whether legally or illegally, and Kilmallock at times have had to go down the illegal route to stop him.
Yeah, I think we flagged it earlier, like that the Doon forwards were causing problems, like, and like Doon's 5 scores have come from Barry Murphy. They've all come from place balls, and I suppose there's a message in that. And Brian, that's the end of it, because I think Dean Coleman has put it over.
That's a stunning point from Dean Coleman as Matt was talking there. Great ball in from centre back Mikey O'Brien onto Dean Coleman's run. Brilliant catch from Coleman. Had a yard of space on Aaron Costello and tapped it over the bar with ease. 6 points to 4 to Doon. First point from them from play of the afternoon as Kilmallock start with a sharp puck out. Jake Mulcahy now. Long range effort from Jake. We've seen him hit one wide already today, and that's his 2nd wide from long range today. Matt, that's 3 or 4 now. Gavin O'Mahony had one as well. Philip O'Loughlin tried one from the left wing that have tailed to the right.
Yeah, I think Kilmallock will be disappointed. Like they're trailing by 6 points to 4, and you couldn't argue with that Doon are value for their lead at the moment. And it's a Doon team without Darragh Donovan and the influence of Darragh Donovan around centre field, but they will be very, very happy with how they have coped so far, because Kilmallock would have come into the game no doubt as favourites. Doon have come in on the back of 2 questionable performances against the Dare and Ballybrown, and but certainly in the first half, even though they've only got 1 point from play, they looked the more likely side. And as we spoke in the first game, like Napirsik, they looked the more focused side, and certainly the side that's more up for it.
Fair point from Matt there as the ball was delivered down. Dangerous ball in from Doon, but again, the Doon full backline looking extremely solid so far. The Doon full backline of Brian McPartland, Richie English and Stevie Ryan, Matt, dealing very, very well so far when the ball has come in.
Yeah, all men with county experience. Brian McFarland was a member of Partland was a member of the county under 21 panel this year. Stephen Ryan has played underage minor for Limerick, and of course we all know what Richie English brings to the table.
Long range free taken by Doon keeper Cahill McNamara. It's a trip there, but Jason Mullins seems to think he went down fairly handy, and Kilmallock have given the free out. Strange one from the referee there, but play will restart with a Kilmallock free. And to make matters worse for Doon, Jason's brought it up 15 metres. Free to be taken now by Philip O'Loughlin. In fact, it's Gavin O'Mahony taking the free. Gavin with a low ball looking for Oisin O'Reilly. Beautiful touch from Oisin, control. Takes a look at the goals, opts not to, and loses possession as he did, and Denny Maloney comes in from Doon looking for possession. Again a ruck develops, and Jason Mullins opts to throw this ball in. Hall's playing over on the far side here in the Gaelic grounds. Ball thrown in. It's a late pull there from Phelim O'Reilly. First time we've mentioned Phelim today, and it'll be a Doon free.
Yeah, the Kilmallock management team are in a huddle down here below us. They're obviously not happy with what they have seen in the first 27 minutes, and it's hard to blame them. Certainly, like Doon looked the more likely side. If there's an advantage with the elements, it's with Kilmallock. They'll have a lot of talking to do at half time and a lot of work to do, and they'll really need to step on the gas in the second half, but they're capable of doing it. But it calls for a much better performance than we have seen so far.
It's Pat Ryan coming with the ball here for Doon. Brilliant play from Ryan. He still somehow manages to still have possession and shoots. It's not the best of shots from Pat Ryan, but it's gone over the bar, and Matt, that's a fantastically worked score. He did 3 or 4 occasions he looked to have lost it, but eventually came away with the ball, made room for himself and tapped it over.
Yeah, it's nothing more than he deserved, because he has been a threat in there, and so far we have an hour and a half of hurling here, and I don't think a player earned the score as much as he did, because he worked so hard for it, and he had it lost, as you said, John, 2 or 3 times, but kept on it. I suppose it just shows the value of persistence.
Indeed it does, as Doon go into a 7-4 lead after Pat Ryan's point. Their second from play after Dean Coleman's one, and 5 points from frees from Barry Murphy. Nearly 28 minutes played here in the Gaelic grounds, and a second of the double-header at the Ennis Road venue today. First up, Napearshig beat Patrickswell, and this game brought to you on Sporting Limerick by McMahon's Builders on the Dock Road. Matt, just as a break in play here for an injury down is it Pat Ryan that's actually down himself here in front of us. You've mentioned that Kilmallock will have a few stern talking words at the break. It's difficult. There just seems to be a lack of energy around him at the moment.
Yeah, there seems to be a lack of urgency, and which is surprised, because the stakes are quite high here in the context of the group. Like, we know now after Napearshig winning that the winner of this will go through to the semi-final.
And just as Matt's talking there, it's Josh Ryan with a shot. Looked to have gone over, but eventually tailed left. It wasn't the best strike from Josh, but anyway, Matt, continue.
Yeah, but he did, getting back to Josh, that was a scoreable chance, but the execution wasn't great. But you know, the stakes are quite high. Like Kilmallock, like, you know, it was kind of a given that they were getting to the semi-final, but the result in the first game means that we're Doon to win this game. They will go through to the semi-final in the head-to-head.
The match explaining exactly how big this game is. Kilmallock very strong favourites for this game going into it, but Doon have certainly shown up, and they've enough talent to show, as Matt has already mentioned as well. Without inter-county star Darragh O'Donovan, they're matching Kilmallock score for score and lead by 3 points at the moment, as Barry Hennessy prepares to restart with a puck out.
Yeah, you cannot argue that but Doon are worth their 3 points lead. There's a question about it. Like, all the pressure is coming down at this side of the field in the Kilmallock half.
Kilmallock waiting for things to happen, but they have to start making things happen themselves, as Doon win another loose ball. As John Hayes across to Richie English assesses his options and takes it forward. Poor enough strike from Richie though, and it comes straight to Mark O'Loughlin. Looks for Paddy O'Brien, but it's overridden it. That kind of pass from Mark O'Loughlin, a handy enough pass, symptomatic of what has gone wrong with Kilmallock in this first half. And here comes Brian McPartland. Sorry, not Brian McPartland, number 18. It's Patrick Cummins, and Patrick Cummins hits it to the left and wide. And Patrick Cummins will be disappointed with that chance. He oceans a room, Matt, and
he'll be disappointed with it. But the Kilmallock management are entitled to be furious, because he got acres upon acres of space. Absolutely. Where was the Kilmallock? Where's the shape of the Kilmallock defence? The Kilmallock defence is under pressure. Like, there is no way at this level that a player should have that amount of space. Now, the execution was bad. It was a get-out-of-jail card that he didn't make it 8 points to 4. But, like, what has gone wrong with the Kilmallock defence? He'd whole huge area of the field to himself.
Indeed, Matt explaining now where Kilmallock are all over the place defensively so far in this first half, and we've played 1 minute of injury time so far. A couple of stoppages throughout the opening half hour as Barry Hennessy prepares to restart with a puck out. Just a reminder as well that Kilmallock are playing with a strong enough breeze. They have the advantage of it. It's well one ball there, and it's back inside to Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy from long range again. He's missed 2 so far today, but this one he makes no mistake from, and 7 points to 5. 2-point lead for Doon. Was 3, of course. Jake Mulcahy reduces it as Colin McNamara takes a quick puck out short one to Richie English. Back outside to Brian McPartland. McPartland strikes it long. Several players go up, and it's Kilmallock that win it through Dan Joy, but Dan does well to win possession under pressure, and not for the first time in this opening half hour that Kilmallock have been done for over carrying by Jason Mullins, and another chance for Barry Murphy to restore their 3-point lead.
Yeah, when the defenders are coming out, and both times that they have conceded in those circumstances, they were scoreable frees. Barry Murphy has punished one. You wouldn't bet against him punishing the second, but it gives a sense, it gives an idea of the level of urgency and the level of work rate and the level of how up for it Doon are. Certainly, as I flagged already, Kilmallock will have a long, serious team talk at half-time, because this is probably one of the last actions of the half, and Doon will be full value if they go in 8 points to 5. Now, Barry Murphy has scored the 65. This is much nearer, and it was never in doubt from the time he left his stick. It's 8 points to 5, and I would imagine, yes, Jason Mullins is calling for it.
Half-time here at the Gaelic grounds. It is Credit Union sponsored Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Round 5 Group 1 fixture on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel, brought to you in association with McMahon's Builders. Half-time score, Doon lead Kilmallock 8 points to 5. We'll be back soon for the second half. Gaelic grounds for the second half of this Credit Union sponsored Limerick Senior Hurling Championship game between Doon and Kilmallock, brought to you on Sporting Limerick by McMahon's Builders Providers on the Dock Road in Limerick City. Doon leading 8 points to 5 against Kilmallock after the first half. Very impressive from Doon, Matt, but as we mentioned before half time, Kilmallock need to up it a number of gears in this second half.
They do certainly, and it looks as if they've made a few changes from the way they're lining up at the moment. It would look to me as if Gavin O'Mahony is lining out at midfield. I have a sense that maybe Kevin O'Donnell is coming into the game at centre half forward. Paddy O'Brien is still there. Phelan O'Reilly is still there. Graham Mulcahy would seem to be. Is it Robbie Egan is gone?
Seems to be Robbie Egan, Matt. Yeah, that hasn't come out for the second half, which is a bit of a surprise. He was on the ball on a number of occasions in the first half. Maybe not at his sharpest, but he was showing maybe in a few of other of the Kilmallock forwards.
Yeah, and look, he had 2 of their 5 points as well. Now maybe he might have suffered a knock. I don't know, but it would appear to me now that Kevin O'Donnell is on.
Second half underway now, and Doon initially winning the ball through John Hayes, but it's Kilmallock that have come out with it now, and it's Philip O'Loughlin. He chased down by a number of Doon players. It's Phelan O'Reilly. Phelan, quick ball. Great. Jake Mulcahy with the shot from 65 metres out. And that's straight over the bar. Fast start for Kilmallock here. Jake Mulcahy with his second point of the game. 8 points to 6.
Yeah, no, that's the start that John Brewer would have looked for, to hit the ground running after the break. What was it, a matter of seconds, less than 30 seconds. Jake was off radar in the first half, certainly. There was no doubt at all about that one.
Straight back down with play now, and Doon with the puck out. Barry Murphy has possession. Murphy heading towards goal. Oh, and that's a foul for Philip O'Loughlin after that foul. Jason Mullins giving him a stern talking on. Indeed, it is yellow. Barry Murphy down, Matt. And if Barry gets up to take the free, it should be a relatively comfortable one for him.
Should be a relatively comfortable one, but this is in keeping with what we have been saying throughout the game. Just to break off there, Robbie Egan is down here in front of us, and he seems to be limping very poorly. So that explains why Robbie Egan didn't come out for the second half. But Barry Murphy seems to be in a bit of trouble. I've no doubt he'll be okay. But should he get up and put it over, it will restore the 3 points lead. But as I said, it is more of the same of what we were seeing in the first half. That Doon were troubling the Kilmallock defence, and they were drawing the fouls and forcing him into conceding the fouls, and Barry Murphy was systematically and clinically punishing him. And he's about to get up now.
It looks like he's going to recover from that injury. If he doesn't take the free, you have another ace free taker in Dean Coleman. We're more than capable of tapping that one over the bar as well to give Barry a break. Looks like Dean will probably take it. Barry's up. He's about to put his helmet back on now, but seems to be able to be recovered. But it'll be Dean Coleman to take the free, and Matt, you'd imagine Dean's well able to put this over the bar.
Yeah, well, for his first free, it's like a free that you're right for, because it's an easy free if there's such a thing in this kind of a circumstance.
And Dean proved it was easy as he restores Doon's 3-point lead. 9 points to 6 after nearly 3 minutes of the second half. And Barry Hennessy to restart the game. Switches his hurleys to take it back with his puck out one. He launches it long and high into the Doon half back line. Denny Maloney goes. It's added to by Robbie Hanley. It'll be a Doon sideline cut. Mike Sexton of Brewery doing the line, a very accomplished referee as well, of course, as Denny Maloney prepares to take this sideline cut. Looks around to see if there's anyone free. There isn't, and Denny will try and launch this long. Fine cut from Denny Maloney into space, but Paddy O'Loughlin gets a flick to it, and it's Gavin O'Mahony now at midfield with the possession. Low, sharp ball in. Shot from Kevin O'Donnell, his first impact in the game, but it's tailed to the right and wide. Under a bit of pressure in the end when he took that shot, but it's one he would have hoped to have got, Matt.
Yeah, he would have hoped to have got, because Kevin O'Donnell is in recent years has been better known as a defender, but he's equally accomplished as a forward. He's a very, very, very versatile player, but certainly that was a scoring opportunity. We may have one for Doon here. No, it's blocked.
Yeah, Kilmallock getting the crucial block in with Philip O'Loughlin getting it. Coming out with the ball now. It's a bit of a ruck developing. It's Dean Coleman that's taking the ball from Nor, has the shot. It's dropping for Barry Hennessy, but he puts it over the bar. Couldn't get a full hand to it, Barry, and taps it over the bar, and that's Dean Coleman's second point. Third point of the game, second point of this half. 10-6 to Doon after 4 minutes of this second half. 34 minutes played, Matt.
Yeah, like Doon will be very, very happy. They will be very happy with the position they find themselves in, and they'll be happy with the way that they're playing and the way that they're matching and counteracting Kilmallock. And certainly they will be, like Jake Mulcahy scored within 30 seconds of the resumption, and like their response has been excellent in the shape of 2 points.
Audie O'Brien with a dangerous ball, and falls to Mulcahy, and a goal chance for Kilmallock. It's just at the edge of the square. Ball broke to Graham Mulcahy. It fell into his right hand side. Didn't get a clean strike, and it tails to the left, a yard or so wide of Cathal McNamara's goal. Matt, a bit of a lucky escape for Doon.
A huge escape for Doon, a huge escape, because you would fancy Graham all day to put those. He actually feeds on that type of thing. So something has happened down here whilst we were, and there's a Doon player down here, and the referee he's speaking with Philip O'Loughlin, and Philip is on a yellow card.
Yeah, it's Michael Ryan that's down. I don't know how injured he is, but it's Michael Ryan down. There's also a change for Doon. And it's Michael Ryan indeed, who's coming off to be replaced by Jack Cummins here in the right half forward position. It's Michael Ryan and Philip O'Loughlin clashed off the ball, but no action was taken on either player. And as Matt said, Philip O'Loughlin already on a yellow, so he's on. He'll have to be careful for the remainder of this game. But it's Jack Cummins on for Doon. A long puck out from Cathal McNamara, picked up by Paddy O'Loughlin. Paddy turns his man, looks for options. It's a poor enough hand pass, but Jake Mulcahy gets it and flicks it away. It's a 50-50 ball. Mark O'Loughlin back out to Gavin O'Mahony, dropping a bit deeper in the second half so far, but great pressure from Doon, and Barry Murphy's on the ball now. Murphy looks for Pat Ryan, but it's not a great pass, and Mulcahy tidies up and launches a long raking ball down into the Kilmallock full forward line. Oisin O'Reilly's up, but can't take a good catch of it. Richie English comes away with Denny Maloney. Back to English from Denny Maloney. Richie can't take full control. Great work from Phelan O'Reilly, but again it's Doon who eventually come out with it. Ball now with Josh Ryan at midfield. Ryan looking to go on one of those raking runs. He leaves the ball off to John Hayes. Good block there from Gavin O'Mahony again, but it's Barry Murphy now with possession. looked to have been fouled, but play goes on with Josh Ryan again for Doon. Ryan with a bit of space to get the strike away, and it's straight over the bar for Doon, and they now go in to a 5-point lead, 11 points to 6 with 37 minutes on the clock. And Matt, Doon at this stage looking good.
Doon at this stage are looking good. They have their tails up, and their work rate is absolutely phenomenal. We saw it in the last couple of passages of play. The way they were getting on the ball, the way they were working and closing out and crowding out the Kilmallock player in possession. They're really going through a very, very good spell now. I honestly thought when Jake Mulcahy pulled a point back straight after half-time that here we go, Kilmallock were going to get back into the game, but the response from Doon has been fantastic.
Paddy O'Brien now back with playing. Paddy O'Brien on a run, being chased by John Hayes. O'Brien gets the shot away, drops short into the hands of Cathal McNamara. Safe as houses so far, McNamara, and gives the ball to Eddie Kiley. Eddie Kiley launches it long. Benny Burke gets a hurley to it, looks to come away, gets a foot to it then, under pressure from Dean Coleman. Burke does well to keep the ball in play, and it's Paddy O'Loughlin. Jake Mulcahy then in midfield. Barry Murphy looking to get the block in, but he can't. Oisín O'Reilly, quiet game so far for Oisín, looking to get involved now. Long raking ball across, but Eddie Kiley's there to tidy up for Doon, and Richie English now to Josh Ryan. Josh with that point, beautiful turn from Josh, leaves Gavin O'Mahony for dead. Chased now by Phelim O'Reilly, but Josh is still going. Josh will go for the point, little bit slow in getting the ball away, and the block comes in from Mark O'Loughlin. Mulcahy now, Jake Mulcahy to Oisín O'Reilly. Oisín with space, opposite uses speed, takes on Denny Maloney. He'll take on Richie English as well, and he gets past Richie English, but he's blown up for a free over, carrying perhaps a harsh one there, and Oisín looked to have been tripped as he got past both Denny Maloney and Richie English. Matt, a lucky one for Doon.
Lucky one for Doon, you would have to say, because he had a head of steam up. It was a classical trademark Oisín O'Reilly run, and normally with those type of runs there's only one result, and he seemed hell-bent on making it just another one, but it didn't happen.
Long free inside to the Kilmallock full back line, dealt with, but the ball comes out, and it's Patrick Cummins with the ball. And under great pressure from Benny Burke, and Jake Mulcahy picks up possession, the loose possession. Ball across the middle of the park. Paddy O'Brien is onto it, under pressure from Eddie Kiley, and indeed it's Kevin O'Donnell who picks up possession. Back to Mark O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin looking to give it long, changes his mind. Back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell left-sided into Phelim O'Reilly. If Phelim looks outside, there's a chance on. Phelim looks to Ops to take the shot on. Simple score. 4 points between the teams again, Matt.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, with 40 minutes gone, it was a point that Kilmallock badly needed. They haven't scored for 10 minutes, and if they ever needed a score, it was a score that they needed. And shot puck out here now again from Cathal Mac.
Into Stevie Ryan. It's a poor effort from Stevie Ryan. Gavin O'Mahony spots Oisín O'Reilly. There's a goal chance here if Oisín O'Reilly had gathered control of the ball. The pass was fine from Gavin, just went underneath the stick of Oisín O'Reilly and wide and out of danger, and that's the danger of a short puck out, Matt. Corner back miss hitting the ball, it opens up huge possibilities.
It does, and you have to be absolutely certain that it's going where it's intended. But I suppose it went where it was intended there, the shot puck out, but it was Stephen Ryan didn't get the purchase on it that he would have liked, and it came the way of Gavin O'Mahony. There's an awful lot of loose play with both sides here in this game. Jake
Mulcahy with a long ball now inside. It's one in the corner there by Robbie Hanley, who seems to be operating corner forward now, but it's back to Cathal McNamara from Richie English. Doon overdoing it maybe here in the defence, and Gavin O'Mahony takes control of the ball. Shooting opportunity for Gavin. It's Cathal Mac takes that ball, a poor shot, but Cathal McNamara is hooked by Paddy O'Brien. Denny Maloney, cool as you like. Well, he's after being loses possession to Phelim O'Reilly. Cathal McNamara is there, it's a free and a Doon completely overplaying the ball in their full back line, Matt, and there's only one outcome.
That's all. Doon are inviting trouble down there. You would think in the situation they are in, leading by 11 points to 7, having Kilmallock on the back foot, that they would want to play as much of the ball and press forward, that they would want to play as much of it as possible in the Kilmallock half. but they're not. They're actually fooling with the ball around there at the back, and they're playing a very, very dangerous game. Paddy O'Brien, it looks as if it's he that's going to step up to this free, and you would bank him to narrow the gap to 3 points. Kilmallock are getting back into the game in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and it's because of what's going on down here. And if they keep driving and putting pressure on the Kilmallock backs, they saw the dividend they got from it in the first half. They saw the dividend they've got from it already in the early stages of this half. And I cannot understand why they're not using it more and driving the ball down.
It's going to be Paddy O'Brien to take this free. Kilmallock's usual free taker, Michael Houlihan, not available today. We suspect through injury, although that hasn't been confirmed. Of course, just a reminder, this game brought to you on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel, brought to you by McMahon's Builders Providers in the Dock Road in Limerick City. O'Brien lining this up, 4 points between the teams with nearly 43 minutes played. Paddy O'Brien looking for his first point of the afternoon. He lifts, he strikes, and it's straight over the middle. So Doon now leading 11 points to 8 with nearly 43 minutes played of this Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Round 5 Group 1 game. And Cathal McNamara assessing his options as he looks to go along with it this time. It's long out to this near sideline where Jack Cummins is there. Jack isn't able to keep it in. It'll be a sideline ball that Kilmallock will look to take quickly. It's Jake Mulcahy's there. Be Jake taking it. Just do need to up their intensity again. Lax in the last few minutes, as Mel pointed out. Architects of their own misfortune in a lot of ways as Jake Mulcahy lines his sideline cut up. Now looking to go long after initially looking short. It's a fine cut from Jake. It's Kevin O'Leary. Phelim O'Reilly gained possession. Now Phelim's come into the game the last few minutes. Looks for Gavin O'Mahony, but that was a telegraph pass and Doon come away. But O'Mahony gets the flick in. Kevin O'Donnell and Paddy O'Brien look to get possession for comeback, but it's Josh Ryan, and Josh Ryan gives away to Graham Mulcahy. Come out the field again as Graham Mulcahy to try and get involved. They had a goal scoring chance there a few minutes ago as Kyle McNair comes out, drives a long ball down into the Kilmallock full back line. It's Pat looking for Barry Murphy, who's in there since he picked up a bit of an injury, but it's Paddy O'Loughlin comes away for Kilmallock. O'Loughlin under great pressure from Murphy, and Jack Cummins now wins it for Doon. Cummins comes across, huge hit by Aaron Costello, and Costello comes away, leaves the ball off to O'Loughlin. This time it's Paddy O'Loughlin, who in turn gives it to Mulcahy, Jake Mulcahy that is, and another ball out to Mark O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin with a ton of room, should be able to pick someone out from here. He decides to go long and high, drops it right into around the square. Cathal McNamara with a superb catch and clearance for Doon. Safe as houses today is Cathal. And here come Doon, shot from Patrick Cummins, and it's just wide. Matt, chance Doon really needed to kind of settle their nerves a little.
Yeah, but the pace of the game has picked up there in the last couple of minutes. But that was an absolutely rallying clearance and charge there out by Aaron Costello. Excellent play. Here we have Doon with another chance now, and it's Pat Ryan who has been quiet so far in the second half.
That's 3 Kilmallock players surround Pat Ryan, and it's Costello with the ball. Comes out with a short pass to Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy can't take control of it, and this game is seriously livened up in the last 3 or 4 minutes, as Matt said. A scramble for the ball there in front of us in the Mackey stand, the commentary box, but it's Patrick Cummins who swings and kicks it. Mike Sexton says the ball has gone out. I'm not so sure from here, but to be fair to him, Mike has a better view than we do, and it'll be a line ball for Kilmallock. Matt, as you mentioned just a minute ago, the pace is up.
The pace is up. We're on the home straight. We're into the last quarter. Both sides probably now realise that what the stakes are high. There's a semi-final place up for grabs out there. They're both going for it. Certainly, Kilmallock have upped the intensity. They're matching the work rate, and they're matching the intensity of Doon now. But they need to be pairing off that. It's only 3 points deficit. A goal, there's nothing that a goal won't sort, but of course should it end in stalemate, it'll be enough for Kilmallock to get to the semi-final.
Ball cleared from Eddie Kiley. Pat Ryan with a room to spare out here on the left hand side, being chased by Aaron Costello, but it's Ryan. He gives a little flick, then has a go. It's an awkward angle, it may drop short. Jack Cummins is in, but Barry Hennessy managed to get there just before the incoming Jack Cummins, and Philip O'Loughlin comes away with the ball for Kilmallock. Short ball to Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy goes long, looking for Oisin O'Reilly. Oisin under pressure, manages to play the ball down to himself, and he's away now, and Oisin's got away from Brian McFarland. Looks to be sure for a point, and a good score from Oisin O'Reilly. And Matt, now 2 points between the teams.
Yeah, and most significantly at this stage, the last 3 points have gone to Kilmallock. Doon enjoyed a 5 points lead at what stage in the game? On the 35th minute, on the 37th minute. Doon haven't scored for 10 minutes, and Kilmallock have picked off 3 points. They're slowly clawing their way back. They're back now to within 2 points. It's terribly important for Doon. If they're to survive in this game, the next score is going to be absolutely crucial. And now they have conceded a very foolish free, a technical free, which gives Kilmallock the initiative again.
And it's Paddy O'Brien who receives possession from a short ball, and it's Paddy O'Brien has reduced the gap to the bare minimum with a long range score. And at the moment it's Kilmallock who are thundering into this game. Score now 11-10 to Doon after nearly 48 minutes of action in this Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Round 5 game, as Cathal McNamara launches one down right on top of the Kilmallock half back line. It's won by Paddy O'Loughlin, and Jake Mulcahy now with possession. Paddy O'Brien again outside him. It's O'Brien, low ball in, and it's Mulcahy now. Mulcahy looking to level up, looking for his second of the game. Mulcahy switches back, trademark onto his left, back to his right. Good pressure, good marking from Doon. It was Phelim O'Reilly who picks up the possession, and Phelim O'Reilly beats Denny Maloney, leaves him for dead. Phelim O'Reilly flicks it inside as Robbie Hanley has it. Robbie goes for goal, and it's wide ball. Robbie Hanley could have been, there was a half chance of a goal, but he opted for it. May have been better off to have tapped that over to level the score.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. That was a scoring opportunity. Now I know that he was pressurised by the Doon defence, but nevertheless, a player of Robbie's calibre, you would have thought that he would put it over at least. He probably went for the corner of the net, for the top corner, but it drifted out wide. The game is very, very much in the melting pot, and you'd have to say nearly at this stage that Kilmallock are on top. Now the next score, and I said it a while ago, is going to be crucial. And since I said it, Kilmallock have got a point, and Doon need to arrest the scoring goal.
And there's a chance for Pat Ryan, who's been set up by substitute Jack Ryan, just come onto the field there for John Hayes. But it's Kilmallock mop up, and Aaron Costello is able to pick out Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell under pressure from Josh Ryan, but O'Donnell managed to step aside from him. Low ball to Paddy O'Brien, but it was well read. And it's Mikey O'Brien, lofts the ball in, that's tailing to the right. But no, it's not, it's kept in play. Pat Ryan, great catch. Back to Jack Ryan, but away comes Benny Burke. And Benny Burke has been a very impressive cornerback for Kilmallock in this second half. Low ball from Philip O'Loughlin to Paddy O'Brien. Paddy launches it long and high up for Robbie Hanley, but it's Mulcahy who has it. Graham Mulcahy. Doon crowd him out, and Richie English takes possession, but Mulcahy challenges him, and Richie English loses the ball. Great effort there from Graham Mulcahy. Ball could develop into a ruck. Neither side able to come out with it. Jason Mullins whistling his mouth to blow up, but it's Mikey O'Brien comes away for Doon. Kevin O'Mahony tries to take possession off him as Patrick Cummins pulls. Dean Coleman has it, skips away, shot from Dean Coleman. Put 2 points between the teams again. That's a fantastic score from Dean Coleman. Huge work rate from Doon. To open up a 2 point gap, and a fantastic finish from Dean Coleman. That.
Yeah, excellent. And if Doon ever needed a score as we go into the last 10 minutes of the game, that was an absolutely crucial score. Could be a crucial score, could be a defining score in the eventual outcome of this game. Now there's a Doon player down at the moment, seems to have picked up a bit of a knock on the leg. I'm trying to figure out from here who
it's Mikey O'Brien, the centre back.
Yeah, it looks like Mikey O'Brien. Yeah, it is Mikey O'Brien, the centre back, but he's going to be okay. He's going to resume. Now, it's there for Doon. Doon have an opportunity of causing an upset. They have an opportunity of going directly through to the semi-final. It will be interesting now. Can they go and grab it? And that's what it is all about. Maybe they have weathered the storm, because you would have to say for the last 10 minutes Kilmallock closed the gap from 5 to 1, and it was nothing more than they deserved, because they matched them for intensity and what have you, and but now that Doon have arrested the scoring lull, you know, can they drive on and get what would be a very, very significant victory for Doon?
As Patrick Cummins coming out with the ball, Jason Mullins brings the play back for a free, a tug from Paddy O'Brien on the jersey of Patrick Cummins, and another chance for Doon. And Cathal McNamara is making his way from the edge of the square in goals. How to take this? In fact, Cathal has decided, been told more likely Owen may have been brought out for it, Matt, but instead it's Barry Murphy going to take this one on from long range.
Well, you know, Cathal Mac played most of his hurling out, and you know, in recent years he has been striking from distance for Doon. Now maybe in the last 2 years, injury and what have you has upset his
well, it's Barry Murphy that ended up coming out from centre forward to take it, and Murphy with a huge strike has managed to tap that over the bar to extend Doon's lead again to 3 points. And as Matt said just moments ago, it's vital scores for Doon, and they've withheld a bit of a Kilmallock storm as Barry Hennessy pucks a short one to Paddy O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin under pressure from 3 Doon players manages to get away for Kevin O'Donnell. First time pull from O'Donnell. Josh Ryan will get there for Doon. Josh, man outside him, it was Ed Kiley, but Josh eventually gives it back to Ed. Eddie Kiley now with the ball. Switches play to the very loose Jack Cummins with a way too much space from a Kilmallock point of view. He's Dean Coleman inside on his shoulder. Dean Coleman with a shot, kind of rushed it, and it's going to tail left. Jack Cummins could have probably given that to Dean Coleman when he was in more space. Dean rushed a shot, and as a result it's a wide ball.
In fairness, it was a very good effort by Dean Coleman, but he was at a disadvantage in the way he received it and the way he tried to get his shot in. You certainly couldn't blame Dean Coleman. It would have been an extraordinary score had he got it, in fact.
Josh Ryan now with a low ball looking for Pat Ryan. Touch isn't brilliant from Pat, and Kilmallock should come away with it. Barry Murphy nips in and Ryan has it. One look at the post, Pat Ryan shoots off the post and over the bar, and that's a 4 point lead for Doon. Looked to have gone wide, hit the right hand upright, may have even hit the other left hand upright, man, I'm not sure, but either way it's a 4 point lead for Doon with 54 minutes played in this game, been live streamed by Sporting Limerick on YouTube in association with McMahon's Builders on the Dock Road. Puck out from Barry Hennessy. Kevin O'Donnell goes up unchallenged. Cummins eventually gets in, but O'Donnell comes away with the ball. Kevin O'Donnell has Phelim O'Reilly outside him here. O'Reilly takes possession, looks inside. Paddy O'Brien's free, kicks it inside to Paddy O'Brien. Good innovation there from Phelim O'Reilly. O'Brien back to O'Loughlin. This time it's Paddy. Paddy has brother Philip on his left hand side. Philip O'Loughlin now under great pressure from Patrick Cummins. Looks back inside to Aaron Costello. Now Kevin O'Donnell. His two options, Phelim O'Reilly and Aaron Costello. Kevin O'Donnell brings it on himself. Opts to take it on, and it's wide ball from Kevin O'Donnell. And at this stage, with nearly 55 minutes played, Kilmallock need to be taking them kind of chances.
They need to be taking these kind of chances, and like, you know, any suspicion we had that Kilmallock were waiting for it to happen, you know, that's gone out the window now. The clock is ticking down. We're into the last 5 minutes. They've got to make it happen. There's a 4 point deficit there, and like Doon have found a new gear in the last. They've hit over the last 3 points to almost restore the 5 point lead, and they're certainly in the driving seat, and they know if they can hold their nerve for the next 5 minutes of normal time, and whatever Jason Mullins chooses to add on, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, they could be in a county semi-final.
Poor ball from Paddy O'Loughlin. That was well read by Richie English all the same, and English comes away. English launches it down. Pat Ryan, he's been hit late by Oisin O'Reilly according to Jason Mullins, and it's going to be a free on the 14 metre line. There's a bit of a schmozzle developing down, but nothing serious, and Matt, criminal mistake there from Oisin O'Reilly.
Look, we haven't mentioned it in the 55 minutes they've played, but Richie English, John, like, he's immense for Limerick. He's absolutely incredible. Rough with the neck. Richie English has done that today in everything he has done. It's not just that last clearance now, but sometimes defenders, you know, they slip under the radar and can play excellent. But Richie English has been immense today. That's the only way you could describe him.
Superb play from Richie English throughout this game, as Matt just said. And his challenge by Oisin O'Reilly there, late hit by Oisin O'Reilly, gives Barry Murphy this chance. Put 5 points between them. Murphy lifts and strikes, and that's straight over the middle. And Doon now 5 points clear of Kilmallock, nearly 57 minutes played. Doon 15, Kilmallock 10. And Matt, final stages, it's looking like Kilmallock need a goal, maybe 2.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to claw back 5 points, however they need to do it. All right, there's less than 3 minutes left of normal time. There's a couple of minutes of injury time probably, but certainly the momentum is with Doon at the moment. And Kilmallock need to get a goal, and they need to get a goal in the next minute or 2.
Benny Burke launches a long ball as they search for that goal. Jake Mulcahy now operating around the full forward line. Doon trying to come out with the ball, come out with possession, but it's Mulcahy that has it. Graham Mulcahy that is. Takes it on Mulcahy, but loses the ball. Brilliant defending from Stevie Ryan to flick the ball away from, and Denny Maloney adds to it with a long clearance down the field. Jack Ryan marked by Dan Joy, and Dan Joy coming out, but Dean Coleman gets a flick, gone out over the end line. That suits Doon down to the ground. Ball played quickly though as Mark O'Loughlin has it. In fact, Mark to Paddy, and inside to Dan Joy. Dan now hit by Dean Coleman and wins the free. Jason Mullins gives the free, and Doon about to make a sub. Will be Niall Maher coming in for them. But Matt,
an experienced player coming in now, whoever he's coming in for, and there's a sub coming in for Kilmallock as well, and it looks like
Stephen Quirk.
Stephen Quirk is coming in for, it looks like Phelim O'Reilly, I think.
Yeah, it's Phelim coming off here near side. Seems to be carrying his right arm, so probably a knock for Phelim. He's carrying his wrist, Matt, and that looking down at him here doesn't look too good from our point of view anyway. There's Doon man down, that's why there's a delay in this free for Kilmallock. So as I said, Niall Maher, very experienced senior hurler with Doon, around the block a long time now is Niall, waiting to come on to add his experience to the thing.
Yeah, he certainly would bring a level of experience in closing out this game, and 1 minute of normal time to go. Doon are on the threshold of a famous victory. And when they look back on it, they will see that they have restricted free scoring Kilmallock to 10 points in the entire game, John. Kilmallock will have to go away if Doon can see this out. They will have a lot of thinking to do before they face what looks like him now is a quarter final with Maroobohr.
And Doon, long ball in from Paddy O'Loughlin. Doon tidy it up like they've done for most things in this game. An aimless clearance for Benny Burke to take up, and Benny finds Kevin O'Donnell in midfield. O'Donnell, they'll have to work the ball in from here. Oisin O'Reilly looking to pick up possession, but it's Josh Ryan takes the ball. Josh goes long with it. Pat Ryan had come short, so it should be easy one for Barry Hennessy, and he finds Benny Burke at this near side. Burke now with oceans of space and tons of time to find that Paddy O'Loughlin. Paddy goes out to that wing looking for Paddy O'Brien. That's O'Brien who takes possession, cuts back onto his left hand side. Time and space for Paddy O'Brien. Picks out the recently introduced Stephen Quirk, but Denny Maloney, showing all his years of experience, picks up the ball, and Josh Ryan launches one from miles upon miles, and it's a superb score from Josh Ryan. 6 points between the teams. An unbelievable score from Josh. Put 6 points between the teams. Doon 16, Kilmallock 10. 60 minutes played. A couple of subs coming in now. One for Kilmallock. Number 23, Kieran O'Connor on the field for them. But Matt, 6 points now, and it looks to be Doon's.
It looks to be Doon's now at this stage, and we mentioned Richie English there a while ago, and you just mentioned in commentary the consistency of Denny Maloney and what he brings to the team in terms of experience and in longevity there in that team. And this victory is down to guys like that have stuck at it. And there's a lot of young players in the Doon team, and certainly they can only go from strength to strength with guys like him and the team to bring him along. There's 61 minutes gone now, so it's really down out to the discretion of Jason Mullins.
It was Dan Joy that came off the field there for Kieran O'Connor on the Kilmallock side, as Kilmallock try and launch another attack as they bid to bridge this 6 point gap. It's goals they need, and it'll have to go in long. Mark O'Loughlin instead goes short for Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy marked tightly by Richie English. Jake Mulcahy looks behind for Paddy O'Brien. Paddy pushes a long high one in, but it's to the left and wide. And Kilmallock continue to miss these chances, Matt, as Niall Maher eventually comes onto the field.
Yeah, Niall is eventually coming on. I can't see who's coming off. We're just trying to figure out here who's... There's nobody seems to be coming off just yet. There's nobody gone off on the far side, is there?
Not that we can see at the moment yet. Jason Mullins stopping Doon's puck out as Patrick Cummins that will be coming off from what we can gather. In fact, it's Michael Ryan who's coming off for Doon. For Niall Maher. Oh, it's Dara Stapleton. Dara Stapleton as the rain, waiting all day, beautiful sunshine. The rain has started to pour down here in the Gaelic grounds as Doon stand on a historic victory. 6 points clear of Kilmallock with nearly 2.5 minutes of added time. It's Barry Hennessy blocked down. Goal chance for Doon. Falls to Dean Coleman. No, it doesn't. Barry Hennessy forced to go over the end line. And Matt, it's just symptomatic of Kilmallock's day.
Yeah, it's symptomatic of Kilmallock's day, and certainly this is an opportunity for Barry Murphy, and who would bet against him, because he's been so accurate and so unerring all day from this 65, because this would be absolutely insurance point, because it will be a 7 points lead, and we're into the 4th minute of injury time, and I'm sure whatever happens with this ball, that I think at the end of it, Jason Mullins will be calling proceedings to a halt. Certainly if it goes over the bar, I'd say that is it, but it's it for Kilmallock now at this stage.
Murphy strikes it, and it's over the bar from Barry Murphy. A supreme free-taking performance from Barry Murphy today has led Doon to victory. It's only at the discretion of Jason Mullins at this stage as Doon enter another sub, and it's Owen Fitzgibbon who's entered the field for them. So we'll wait to see who's coming off. It's Patrick Cummins that's eventually coming off the field. Thought he came off earlier. The esteemed cameraman Jack Neville tells me it's not. It's only on now. As we hit the fourth minute nearly up of injury time, as Barry Hennessy prepares to take this puck out. There's no question at this stage it's Doon's victory as that sails over the touchline. No full-time whistle yet from Jason Mullins. But Matt, you've already mentioned it. This is a huge win for Doon.
Massive win for Doon. The confident prediction coming into this game was that it would be Kilmallock and Piercing would be going straight through to the quarterfinals, and that, or to the semi-finals, and that there was a likelihood that they would meet in the final. That's all gone out the window now. Kilmallock have got to go the quarter-final route. It may not be a bad thing for them. They'll be going in against the Murroe Boher team, who have been very, very impressive, John. They lost the first game in Group 2, and they have 4 wins in a row, and they will be coming in with a certain level of confidence. But I would have expected, like everybody else, that they would have been expecting to be involved in an East Derby rather than facing Kilmallock, but that's what it's going to be now.
He's just playing out time here now in the final moments of this Credit Union sponsored Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Round 5 clash, second of 2 games here in the Gaelic grounds, brought to you on Sporting Limerick by McMahon's Builders Providers on the Dock Road in Limerick City, as a long ball comes in from Philip O'Loughlin. But once again, it's been the case most of the day. In fact, no, Graham Mulcahy hasn't. There's only one place he's going, and he's still going. Rich Mulcahy under serious pressure from Richie English, not Richie Mulcahy, Graham Mulcahy, but it's cleared anyway either way by Eddie Kiley of Doon. Looks for Jack Ryan. Ryan now under pressure from Benny Burke. In fact, no, it's Kieran O'Connor over there on the far side. And so Jason Mullins as we near the end of the 6th minute of injury time, Matt. Kilmallock still not coming close to getting the 2 goals the lead, let alone 1.
No, and Kilmallock haven't scored since the 48th minute. Which will be a serious worry to him. There's a bit of danger here now. It's Cathal Mack is in possession, and the referee is happy that that's it.
And indeed it is a huge win for Doon that puts them into the semi-finals of the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. A shock win over Kilmallock, who are along with Napier unbeaten at this stage of the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. It's a 7-point win for Doon. Doon 17, Kilmallock 10. Matt, we've already spoken at length about Doon and their great victory in the last few minutes. What now for Kilmallock?
Yeah, Kilmallock have to go away and regroup. I would say that they genuinely didn't expect that they would be going away and regrouping in such circumstances. That the way they were playing in the earlier rounds of the championship, you're right, they're unbeaten, 3 wins and a draw from 4 games. You couldn't argue with it. That they probably saw themselves on course for the direct route to the semi-final. But now they have to brace themselves. They have to get back to the drawing board. They have a lot of things to worry about. I suppose none more so than it was a very, very flat performance by Kilmallock. No question about that. There was a much greater sense of urgency about Doon. Doon and you have seen that replicated here in the second game, where Doon were certainly more up for it. Now, whether it changed the dynamic, whether it changed the mindset in Croom or in Doon, the fact that they knew going into the game that get a win here and we were into the semi-final, possibly did focus them. But there's one thing about Doon, we were all wondering, and we've been wondering for some time, as to when the breakthrough for Doon would come at senior level. We may be on the threshold of it now, because their underage policy has been so good, so effective, so consistent for so long. To win 3 Premier Minor Hurling Championship in 4 years, that gives you a pool of talent. All right, they didn't convert it into success at under 21 level, which means there's a certain amount of hunger there, and to make the transition from senior. And when we see the county players today for Doon standing up to the mark, we spoke about Richie English, we spoke about Pat Riney, maybe not as to the fore as much in the second half as he was to the first half. We spoke about the experience of the like of Dinny Maloney, Cathal McNamara's experience.
And as well, of course, without Darragh O'Donovan as well. And
this is the point I'm coming to. And what Darragh O'Donovan brings to Limerick, and particularly what he brings to Doon. He's such a linked man in midfield. He was, the like of Darragh O'Donovan is a huge loss to any team. Doon will go away with a spring in their step. They will be extremely happy. They are through to the semi-final. They will really fancy their chances of making it to this year's county final. And if you get to the county final, it's all on the day. It's all what happens inside the white line. Now Kilmallock will go a route which will probably put them up against Na Piarsaigh in the semi-final if they get over Marúbóthar. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, sure, it's going to be a Kilmallock Na Piarsaigh final." But we were saying at the start as well that the real business end of the championship was starting today, and we were looking for if a team of any of the 4 would make a statement. The Piarsaigh made a statement of sorts. They didn't reach the high standard or the high spots that they normally can. But really, if you're looking for the team of the 4 that made a statement today, I think it was Doon. And it took them to a famous victory. And I come back to something I said late in the commentary there. They will go away and they'll look. They restricted Kilmallock to 10 points. Graham Mulcahy himself got 9 against Patrick's Well. So that gives you an idea of the enormity of the success that it is for Doon. It's well done, Doon. It's a great day for them. It's a day in which they've taken a major step forward.
Indeed it is, Matt. My many thanks to Matt O'Callaghan and Kieran Carey for their thoughts throughout the 2 games. Thanks to Jack Neville on camera and Raf organising everything else as per usual. And this is John Keogh signing off from Sporting Limerick's live streaming of the doubleheader in Gaelic rounds today, brought to you in association with McMahon's Builders. Tune in again for next game.